Light bulbs, ordinary light bulbs, work by burning gas in a bulb, which is basically a big empty space filled with gas and electric wire. When you turn on the electricity, it runs through the wire and it burns the gas, which we then see as light in the bulb. It's like a mini sun, and it's like an atmosphere in there with electrical energy burning gas. Ordinary light bulbs use nitrogen gas and argon gas, but halogen lights use iodine and bromine, which have some interesting properties. They're more substantial. Iodine is a more substantial substance than nitrogen and argon, so that means it's more solid, it's heavier, and that means that unlike nitrogen and argon, which tend to be more volatile and gaseous, iodine and bromine and the halogens will recycle themselves and last longer. This is why they're used in halogen light bulbs. The halogen light bulbs last longer. You have 4 main halogens. There's actually 5, but for the most part, from a nutritional standpoint, there's 4 halogens: fluorine, bromine, chlorine, and iodine. And there's only one that the body wants to use, and that's iodine, at least for thyroid hormone and the pineal gland and all glands. The body will make do if there's no iodine. It'll use bromine if it has to. It'll use fluorine if it has to, and that's a big problem. If the body doesn't have iodine, it's going to use fluorine. If the thyroid doesn't have iodine, it's going to use fluorine or bromine. But the good news is the body's not stupid, and as long as it has enough iodine, it's not going to use the fluorine or the bromine or the chlorine, and that's why you want to make sure you have enough iodine. Iodine is a great halogen detox. It's a wonderful fluorine detox. It's a wonderful bromine detox. And it's much better, in my humble opinion, to err on the side of extra iodine, especially if you're using colloidal iodine or iodoral. Eat kelp, eat seafood, all of which can contain iodine. Think ocean. When you think in iodine, think seaweed, think seafood, think ocean. Unlike the soils, the ocean is not depleted of minerals. It probably isn't going to be depleted of minerals for a long time. Organ meat is also high in iodine for the carnivores out there, especially liver and especially the heart. Use iodoral 6 milligrams to 12 milligrams a day. It's an awesome nutritional supplement, and it's especially protective against breast cancer. All iodine is especially protective against reproductive cancer. In fact, all glands benefit from iodine. We hear about iodine for the thyroid gland, but iodine's key for pineal gland health. It's important for the pancreas. It's important for the adrenal glands. It's important for the prostate. It's important for the female reproductive glands, and it's important for the breast. So make sure you're getting your carbohydrates, but make sure you're getting your carbohydrates from vegetables. This is the most important strategy or one of the most important strategies for boosting your serotonin levels. You know, being a vegetarian might be a healthy kind of thing to do, but there's some stuff in vegetarian foods that are problematic. Processed vegetarian foods are big problems, and there's a substance that you'll find in vegetables, especially in grains, that is really a big problem, and it's associated with a lot of health issues, including autoimmune diseases. We'll tell you what we mean tomorrow as we continue talking about ways to get off of SSRI drugs and ways to boost your serotonin system. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 866-582-9933 is our number. Time to go to the phones. Let's take our first call of the day and talk to Robert in Oklahoma. Welcome to The Bright Side, Robert. What's going on? I think we got a bad connection there, Robert. Tell you what, Robert, why don't you call us back and we'll get you up front first, okay? Hang up and give us a call back, and we'll put you to the front of the line. James in Georgia, what's up, buddy?
Well, not much. How you doing today?
Doing good. What's cooking?
I'm having some intermittent issues with some knots developing on the bottom of my feet, little swelling.
Okay.
The only thing I did a little I'm 35.
How old are you, James?
35.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I've done a little research online. Some of the symptoms seem to be along the same lines that I'm having with the disease called sarcoidosis.
Okay, got it.
Saying that correctly?
Yes. osis, whenever you hear osis, as we said so many times in this program, whenever you hear osis, you're talking about inflammation. Now, it could be sarcoidosis, but it doesn't really matter. It matters that there's some kind of inflammatory process going on. This is your job. This is your homework, James. You got to have some other symptoms. And this is very important. Whenever something's going wrong in the body, it's in your interest to find other symptoms so you can triangulate, so you can put together a picture. You want to ideally you want to find at least 2 other symptoms to go with your original symptoms. So you have 3 different symptoms. And that way you can sort of put a picture together of what's happening inside the body. With just one symptom, it's a little bit difficult. However, I will tell you, whenever you have any kind of inflammation, what you're looking at is the face of the immune system. The immune system, the body's defense system, shows up as inflammation. All right, that's step number 1. That's the first thing. That's really the most important thing to understand about how you deal with any kind of inflammatory issue. Any kind of inflammatory issue. That means autoimmune diseases. That means sarcoidosis. That means fibroids. That means conjunctivitis. Whatever kind of itis you're dealing with some kind of inflammatory condition. James?
Yeah, I'm still here.
James, do you have any other symptoms that you can think of?
None that I can think of. The only thing that I have associated it with is it seems like when I get sick or cold or something and maybe the immune system's a little weak, they tend to pop up. And they haven't been happening for that long, but that's kind of what the 2 things I've associated together. That's about the only thing.
It would be super helpful if you could figure out something in the digestive system, because then we could eliminate some foods and we could support digestive health. Hang tight, buddy, okay? Hang tight, James, and we'll finish up when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away.
Complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
The Genesis Communications Network is one of America's premier broadcasters of captivating talk radio. We thank you for listening. Now, just imagine, there are thousands of people who are just as passionate about radio as you are. But what you may not realize is how easy and affordable it is to advertise with us. Radio commercials for your business could be heard on hundreds of radio stations across the U.S. every day. We can help you by creating an effective radio advertising campaign for your company. From script writing to producing your commercial, just like the one you're listening to right now. No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
Normal blood pressure, naturally. How would that make you feel?
I'm Don from New Mexico. January of 2000, I had a heart attack. Then my real health began going downhill, and I had high blood pressure, high blood sugar, poor vision, and I really wasn't sleeping well. I was a mess, pretty much.
Don reports dramatic improvements with Heart and Body Extract.
I started started taking Heart and Body Extract, and from within a few days, I started sleeping a lot better. My blood pressure normalized, my blood sugar normalized, and my sleep really did improve.
Experience these benefits and more when your body gets what it needs with the assistance of Heart and Body Extract. Order at hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305. That's hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305.
Folks, I did not expect this at all. By the 7th, 8th, and 9th day, I saw dramatic improvements from taking Heart and Body Extract.
Details at hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305 for Heart and Body Extract.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
Free from the shackles of corporate America, we're the place for independent thinkers. GCN.
All right, we're back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. We're talking to, let's see, James in Georgia. Hey, James, you there?
Yes, sir.
James, okay, here's the deal. Sarcoidosis is an inflammatory issue, inflammatory problem. Whenever you see inflammation, you're looking at a defensive response. So far, so good? Does that make sense so far?
Sure. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to work with you on this, okay? I want you to work with me on this. Sarcoidosis is a generalized inflammatory condition. It means that the defense system of the body has somehow been activated. Now, whenever the defense system of the body is activated, the implication is something is getting into the body to turn on defenses. So, does that make sense so far?
It does.
Okay, so then the question becomes, what is getting into the body? Now, things get into the body through three portals into the body. You've got the skin, you've got the nose, and you got the mouth. Now, things don't get into the body through the skin very much because the skin is a covering and it's intact unless you have a burn or you have a scrape, in which case that can occur, a cut of some kind. Then you can get stuff into the body, but as long as your skin is intact, unless you have some kind of opening in there, pretty much nothing is going to get in through the skin. Things can theoretically get in through the nose, but because the nose and the sinus cavities are so winding and they've got all these hairs and all these filtering systems, things do not really get into the body through the nose very much unless you're snorting it or actively sniffing it or there's a really high concentration of gas or something like that. So unless you have some kind of rare thing going on, the skin and the nose are not going to be the places where things are getting into the body. Now, 80% of your body's defense system is located in this third portal, and this is the most likely suspect when you have any kind of defensive response. Now, that is going to be the mouth. That means the digestive system, and the fact that the bulk of your immune system or your defense system is in the digestive tract. Whenever, and this is so important, James, and I'm not just saying this for you, I'm saying this for everybody listening. Whenever you have an inflammatory condition, you have a defensive response that is more than likely secondary to something you're eating. And I don't mean to be a food Nazi here, and I hate to sound like I'm just talking about the digestive tract all the time, but folks, nothing gets into the body, or for the most part, nothing gets into the body otherwise. So if you have a defensive response, you're more than likely looking at a digestive issue. Now, if you have hypothyroidism, if you have blood sugar problems, if you have a chronic adrenal activity from stress, that's all going to compromise things. That's all going to make things worse, but that's not the area that you want to focus on. Your doctor will focus on those areas, but the primal area and the place where you have the most control on any inflammatory issue, any inflammatory inflammatory issue, whatever that is through the foods that we're eating. And by the way, almost all diseases are inflammatory diseases, which means that almost all health issues require some kind of digestive management. That means eliminating foods, that means eating better foods, and that means using digestive support supplements. So for you, James, the first thing I would be doing is keeping track of your foods. And by the way, just because we don't think we have a digestive problem doesn't mean that we don't. Because as we said many times in this program, our brain tunes things out.